sense body. So some announcements is this Sunday is our monthly all-day sit at Open Sky. And please come, and we'll be doing a full moon ceremony. We just rehearsed it, and it's an ancient and beautiful ceremony. It's a fun thing to do besides, in addition to sitting. Precepts tonight, 6:45 to 7:45. Everybody's invited. It's our last precepts of, I think, the summer. We're taking a little break, and then we'll be back again in the fall, but the precepts never go away. And in September, we'll be doing a Jukai ceremony. So looking forward to that. This coming Wednesday, there is the Interfaith Vigil that has been at Courthouse Square once a month, and now we're moving it to Juilliard Park for the summer because of the farmers market there. But if you'd like to come, please come. It's nice to get together and affirm our solidarity with goodness and love and care. And if you are coming, if you want to, you can sit on the grass, but if you want to bring chairs, you can do that too.
What time is that?
It's 5 to 6. Yeah. And last but not least, June 6th to the 8th, there's a 3-day, there's more information. I could give it to you. Maybe it's on the board. 3-day walk in support of immigrant rights, dignity. Starts in Napa and goes through Vallejo and ends up at Dublin prison. So I'm going to do part of it, and anybody can do part of it. So if you're interested, it's I think it'll be a nice thing to do. Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva. Can you see Avalokiteshvara up here? Here, I realized you guys are. Can you see it? You can't see it. This
Buddha's kind of blocking.
yeah, the Buddha kind of.
Want me to move the Buddha?
Sure, we can move the Buddha. Buddha won't mind.
I won't mind.
So that's Avalokiteshvara of 1,000 hands and eyes and all the heads, which I'm going to tell you the story about Avalokiteshvara. If you know these stories, it's okay. I love these. It's like children's stories in a certain kind of way. It's almost like you can read along and you can recite them as you go as they become really familiar and I think comforting. These images become like friends. So I'm going to A Zen Life of Bodhisattvas by Rafe Martin. I'm going to call on Rafe some tonight. His description of the iconography. Oh, let's put up, because we've also been using Mayumi Oda's iconography, because she took all of these bodhisattvas and turned them into goddesses. So it's really nice to be able to see, although Avalokiteshvara is the most fluid of all of them, is you often feel or hear Avalokiteshvara and Kuan Yin alternately called he or she. Often that doesn't happen with the others, although we can do whatever we want because we know. So I don't know if you can see on the screen. It's a little she has if you Google Mayumi Oda and Avalokiteshvara or Kuan Yin, it's one of her most favorites. This is the white kanon, which she says is the full moon, like the full moon ceremony. Mm-hmm. So here's Rafe's description. Avalokiteshvara or Kanan appears in a variety of forms. She may be seated at ease beside a stream or river beneath the branches of a willow. Is she under a willow? No, not in this one. She's in the ocean. She may be standing, looking steadily out at the world and its beings, sometimes while holding a vase or jar filled with healing balm. With the vase upright, healing power is held in readiness. With the vase poured downward, it is pouring out into the world. I, someplace along the way, decided that the vase, because there's liquid often, is that it's tears. It's the tears of the world that we're all shedding, that are beautiful and need to be shed, and that when we can let the tears come, it is healing, heals us and the whole world. Kanon may also hold a scroll or appear as a fisherman's wife holding a basket. In India, China, and Tibet, as well as in Japan, Avalokiteshvara may also often appear in masculine form, as in the many painted and carved images in China's Dongshuan and Lungmen cave temples and grottos, which I've been to. And if you Google it, there's these archetypes inspire real beauty. So if you get curious, go looking. Your artist's eye will get quickened. In the Hall of 1,000 Buddhas in Kyoto, Japan, standing 1,000 life-size androgynous masculine gilded kanons, each with a I haven't seen this, each with a uniquely individual face, like snowflakes, no two alike. And at the center of the orderly rows of 1,000 standing kanons sits a 1,000-armed, 12-foot high seated kanon. We should go to Japan and see. I don't even just have to go looking for the picture of that one. Among the Bodhisattvas' many sacred forms, the one with 1,000 arms is considered the most sacred. She has 11 heads topped with a Buddha head, or a Metta Buddha up there at the top, able to look at all directions, and 1,000 arms with an open wisdom eye in the palm of each hand. Does this one have, sometimes there's implements and sometimes there's hands. The many arms hold ropes, tridents, staffs, bows, arrows, spears, medicine, bells, teacups, swords, lotuses, rosaries, flowers, brushes, cushions, bowls, whatever you can think of, you might need to be able to help all beings. Things the Bodhisattva can skillfully use to stop, convert, tie up, or cut down egoism, as well as to heal and nurture suffering beings. It is a dynamic image of active compassion bursting skillfully forth, while at the same time remaining centered and at peace. So we can take this down, Jared. So to me, that is Zazen body. We're completely grounded, centered, and at peace. And there is this alive, intuitive body that is, the whole world is coming forward to enlighten us. And in a responsive body, we find the appropriate response, the appropriate tool. Listen, Kuan Yin, Avalokiteshvara, hears the sounds and cries of the world. And another description is one who has complete freedom in perceiving. I think Zazen body. Complete freedom. It's just then we stand up, or even when we're sitting on the cushion, we get identified with our head and our thoughts and our thises and that's, and it's all going on, but this is simultaneously happening. That's what we're training ourselves in. So here's the story of how she got all these heads. I love this story. How many of you know this story? No? Oh, cool. Okay. The Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara, Bodhisattva of compassion, hearer of the cries of the world, looked down into the hells and saw them filled with suffering beings. You ever feel that way these days? It's looking into the hell. It's like the hell realms of just suffering. And Avalokiteshvara says, I will liberate all the beings in the hell realms. That's the Bodhisattva vow. Beings are numberless. I vow to save them. Through countless ages, Avalokiteshvara labored, descending into hell after hell emptying hell after hell. You ever have that feeling? For a moment. Well, did okay on that one, right? Yes. After eons of heroic exertion, the Bodhisattvas stood up and wiped the diamonds of sweat from their brow, looked down into the now empty, silent hells, and smiled. It was done. The hells had been emptied. Oh dear Avalokiteshvara. I think this is such a great story because it's full of delusion, you know. It's like you actually think you can do, and you set out thinking maybe you can do this, and sometimes you actually do it, whatever it is. But then here and there's a curling wisp of smoke rose. Now and then in some vast cavern below, faint echoes sounded as a loose brick toppled from a pile of rubble. But the raging fires had been quenched, and the great iron cauldrons of boiling blood were quiet. Whoa, this is really a hell realm. Sweet silence flowed through the dark halls. Even the raging demons were gone. The horse-headed, the tiger-headed, the horned and fanged ones, they too in the end had been released by the mighty efforts of the compassionate one. For a moment, it gets quiet. And then you turn on the news. No. Suddenly, there came a wailing scream and then another. Flames leapt, smoke whirled, blood-filled cauldrons once again bubbled madly. Whips cracked, chains clanged, demons roared. This is really Rafe. Rafe loves to do this kind of stuff. He really has fun with the stories. The radiant smile faded from the Bodhisattva's face. In less than an instant, all was exactly as before, and the hells were again completely filled. So Avalokiteshvara said, well, I'm out of here, man. Too hard. No, that's, I just had to throw that in. Because sometimes we think that, right? No. But Avalokiteshvara has made this vow, is I'm here, people. I'm here to help save all beings. I'm here to wake up with and for everybody. And so what happened was Avalokiteshvara's heart broke, which is what bodhicitta is, which is a genuine heart of sadness. It's like we have these vows and these intentions, but when things happen that are hard, it's not because it's bad. It's just, oh, and this too. And then we get more tender and our heart breaks a little bit more and it gets a little bit more open. And so that's why I think this is such a great story. The heart of the Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara filled with sorrow. And it says here, his head broke into 11 heads. Mm-hmm. And his arms shattered into 1,000 arms with an open eye of wisdom in each palm. And with 11 heads, the Bodhisattva could now look in every direction to see the suffering of every being. And with 1,000 wisdom-guided arms, he could now reach into any realm to save those in need. Rolling up their 1,000 sleeves, the Bodhisattva once again got to work. So we get discouraged. Somebody the other day said they felt helpless. It's like there's all these hell realms. What are we going to do? But you just stay with it. That's why we sit. We can sit right in the midst of it. And then something happens that's bigger than the sum of the parts that already is, but our body and heart and mind remember it and it's activated. So let me tell you, this is the koan that describes this. It's in the Blue Cliff Records, case 89. And Dogen also wrote a fascicle about this. So this is a really famous story. Yunyan, a Zen person, said, "What does a bodhisattva of great compassion do with so many hands and eyes?" So now you got all this. What are you going to do? You got all these heads. You got all these, it's like, what's an appropriate response? Would you please just tell me what to do? It's a mess out there. Not to mention, it's kind of messy in here. Would you please just tell me what to do? Dawu said, "It's like someone reaching back for a pillow in the night." Yunyan said, "I got it, I got it." And Dawu said, "What did you get?" The response is, "All over the body are hands and eyes." You have said it well, but it's 8 or 9 out of 10. "I am just this," is the response. "I am just this. And how about you?" And the response is, "Wherever the body reaches, it is hands and eyes." The entire world is Buddha's body. I like to imagine, sometimes I imagine this is like, being in the ocean with the little anemone bodies in the ocean coming and going, and everything is coming in and out, and our little bodies are all activated. But it's not just us all by ourselves thinking we have to do this all by ourselves, because everything is hands and eyes. So if we can open this body, the trees is hands and eyes, and the rug is hands and eyes, and breath is hands and eyes, and your hands and eyes. And if we can just be here, there's all the help we need. We have everything we need. We even have eyes in the back of our heads. My mother used to say that to me. Did anybody ever say that to you? It used to terrify me. But it's like a holographic 360-degree and more 10 direction. That's how big this body is. But everything is that big. So if we can stay here, present, then it's like reaching for a pillow in the night, because you don't have to know anything. You're just open and receptive, and it's like reaching from the heart chakra out is like, oh, there's a hand or there's an implement. It's like, how can I help? And then an appropriate response arises, because of course, if we have some idea about what we need to do to be able to help or be compassionate, then we're just going to get in more trouble, which is great, because then our heads and bodies will feel the sorrow of, oh, the tenderness. Oh, I really want to be here with and for all beings. And then we get a little sadder, and maybe we get a little more angry. Maybe we get a little more anxious. Then we get grounded. Then we more and more entrust ourselves that there is help here. And it's beyond our thinking mind or anything that we just need to figure out or do on our own. So here's a commentary from the koan. If your whole body were an eye, you still wouldn't be able to see it. If your whole body were an ear, you still wouldn't be able to hear it. If your whole body were a mouth, you still wouldn't be able to speak it. If your whole body were mind, you still wouldn't be able to perceive it. Because the activity of the Bodhisattva of great compassion is her whole body and mind itself, and it's not limited to any notions of idea or self or others. Because don't you see, Avalokiteshvara has never understood compassion. What does a bodhisattva of great compassion do with so many hands and eyes? What is it? It's the question ongoing. So what can I do with this life and these 1,000 hands and eyes and this caring heart and this vow? Not knowing is most intimate. But there's a readiness and a receptivity, which brings forth hands and eyes. That's not limited. As we cultivate our way feeling in the dark. Suzuki Roshi said, if you only use just two hands, if you think that's all you got, you're not going to be using the other 998 hands available to you that are the true nature of what you are. It's just so, but we remember, we just have to keep remembering to come back to this alive, active, intuitive body. That's where the response comes from. So Dogen, founder of this lineage, who can be kind of, it's not always so easy, and he can be a little severe sometimes. This is one of my most favorite stories about Dogen. Is Dogen, he went from Japan to China to find the Dharma, because he thought what was happening in Japan, he knew it, what he needed more, so he went there. And he had to come back. I mean, he went both ways on a ship, but he encountered, there was a horrible storm on the ship coming back from China to Japan. And the story is that he was terrified, which is kind of, to me, reassuring. There was this great Zen guy, completely dedicated, and when the storm came, he was appropriately scared. And what he did, the story is that he called out to Kuan Yin. He prayed. He prayed, help me, help me. And when he arrived back in Japan, he carved a picture of Kuan Yin in the wood of the boat out of gratitude, because he could feel that when he called out, something happened, some help came, even in the midst of the storm. So Dogen, his favorite sutra was the Lotus Sutra. And there's chapter 25 in the Lotus Sutra, which some people say was added in later, and it's kind of a freestanding sutra that's about Avalokiteshvara. And I read today that in Soto Zen training temples, they chant this chant every day. So I thought we might chant it and see what it's like to chant to Avalokiteshvara and see what it's like to call out. So Jared's going to put it on screen. You could, you're going to have to share. But if people want to come up and look on screen, so you guys are going to have it.
Sure. Yeah.
You can gather around, like you sit around the TV if you want. I guess I'll be the leader. In verse, Mujiji Bodhisattva asks, world-honored one, possessor of all grace, for what reason is the heir of the Buddha named Kanzeon, who is Avalokiteshvara, who is Kannon? And now we all say, the world-honored one answered to in verse, listen to the actions of Kanzeon, which add their application to all. Her vows speak like the ocean, unfathomable through galaxy past. A myriad of Buddhas she has truly served, and made the great pure vow. If you hear her name and see her body, and bear her in mind, your life will not be in vain, and you will end all sufferings.
If someone wants to hurt you and put you into a great fire pit, if you think on the power of Kanzeon, the fire pit will change into a pond. If you cast adrift upon the vast ocean and meet danger from dragons, fish, and demons, if you think on the power of Kanzeon, the waves will not drown you. If from the peak of Sumera someone would push you down, if you think on the power of Kanzeon, like the sun you will stand firm in the sky. If evil ones chase you and push you to Mount Diamond, if you think on the power of Kanzeon, not a single hair will be harmed. If robbers surround you, each with a sword drawn to strike.
You have to stop for a second because those of us, can we get to the next part of it?
Sure.
It may just be this page.
We're left with the evil ones chasing us.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, everybody else, when you chant, can you chant like really articulate it so the rest of us can hear it?
All right.
Okay, so let's go. If the evil ones chase you, like the sun, you will stand firm in the sky. If evil ones chase you, go.
And push you from Mount Diamond. If you think on the power of Kanzeon, not even a single hair will be harmed. If robbers surround you, each with a sword drawn to strike. If you think on the power of Kanzeon, compassion will awaken in them. If you suffer by royal command, and your life is to end in execution, if you think on the power of Kanzeon, the sword will be broken to bits. If you are imprisoned, shackled, and chained, if you think on the power of Kanzeon, the fetters will drop and you'll be released. If someone wants to injure you with curses or poison, if you think on the power of Kanzeon, these ills will return from whence they came. If you meet evil Rakshas, poisonous dragons or demons, if you think on the power of Kanzeon, they will not dare to harm you. If you are surrounded by evil beasts whose teeth and claws are fearfully sharp, if you think on the power of Kanzeon, they will run away in boundless retreat. If vipers, lizards, snakes, or scorpions threaten to scorch you with poisonous breath, if you think on the power of Kanzeon, they will turn away quickly and stand out of your sight. If clouds, thunder, and lightning flashes, if hailstones beat and rain pours down, if you think on the power of Kanzeon, immediately they will vanish away. If sentient beings are in great adversity, and immeasurable suffering presses them down, the wonderful power of the wisdom of Kalman can relieve the suffering of the world. Endowed with transcendent powers, full master of wisdom and skillful means, in all the worlds in the 10 directions, there's no place she doesn't manifest herself. The suffering of those in the troubled states, hell dwellers, hungry spirits and beasts, the sufferings of birth, old age, illness, and death, all by degrees are ended by her. She of the true gaze, she of the pure gaze, gaze of great and encompassing wisdom, gaze of pity, gaze of compassion, ever longed for, ever greeted. She is the spotless, pure ray of light, a sublime of wisdom dispelling darkness, the lure of woes of storm and fire, illuminating all the world. Her will of compassion shakes like thunder. Her mind of mercy is like a great cloud. Sends down sweet dew of Dharma rain to quench the flames of earthly desires. In disputes before judges or in the midst of battle, if you think on the power of Kanzeon, all enemies will flee away. She has a wondrous voice, the voice of one who perceives the world, a Brahma voice, a voice of the rolling tide, a voice unsurpassed in all this world. Therefore you should always think on her. Have no doubt, even for a moment, the pure seer Kanzeon will be a refuge when suffering distress or the misery of death. She is endowed with every quality. Her eye of compassion views all sentient beings. Her ocean of blessings is beyond measure. Therefore you should pay homage to her. Then G.T. Bodhisattva arose, stood before the Buddha, and addressed him thus: World-honored one, they who hear this scripture of Kanzeon Sasu and hear her deeds and transcendent powers, no small amount of merit will they gain.
That's you.
Oh, chant later, I don't have it. Oh, all right. When the Buddha taught the scripture of the life and work of the all-sided one, all present then in number 84,000 strong, with all their hearts cherished a longing for the supreme enlightenment, with which nothing in all the universe compares. That's a beautiful chant. Could you all hear that? Could you? I felt like I was kind of in an ocean of mercy. I mean, in some ways, it was nice to not that you all did it for me. I can see why if you chanted this every day in a training monastery and in Japan, which is mostly young men doing very strict things, there's something very beautiful and enveloping and embracing in this.
Yeah.
So, I thought one of the reasons when I first came to practice, I've said this before, is that the Chinese were coming in and torturing Tibetan monks and nuns, and they would say their greatest fear was that they would start to hate their torturers, that they would feel aversion and hatred towards the people that were harming them. And I just from the beginning, that seemed so impossible to me, but I couldn't let it go either. It's like one of those things when somebody tells you something's possible. I still don't. I mean, I can taste it a little more, but that's. So then I think, so what do you all do? What do we do? How do we bring ourselves back when we're scared or angry or somebody's hurting us? Or Teigen Dan Layton, who we're using his book Faces of Compassion also, one of my favorite, I found early on, his teachings is self-power and other power. I mean, it's not his teaching, but it's a Buddhist teaching. But he said that we're not really going to mature in this country as Westerners, as practitioners, until we understand other power, because we're still, I mean, you can see it in the whole mindfulness movement. We're basically into self-improvement, because that's what we're going to take our power and we're going to sit ourselves down on the cushion, and that's we have tastes. It's why we come to Sangha. I think we can taste it in relationship with other people, or sit under a tree in relationship with the earth and the world. Is there's more here than just us having to do this and figure it out. And it's so important to affirm that, because otherwise we're just alone. A lot of people these days say they feel alone and isolated. This prayer, and I would call it a prayer, brings us back into relationship. So maybe we'll just stay together here. Who do you pray to? Do you pray? Does Buddhism, people can